Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 21st on the topic Wien bridge oscillator. Wien bridge oscillator consists of two-stage RC coupled amplifier and frequency selective network. I am showing you the block diagram of a Wien bridge oscillator. This is your common emitter amplifier. It is a first stage amplifier. The output of the common emitter amplifier is given to the input of the second stage common emitter amplifier of a second stage, and if this is the input signal of the first stage, then output signal will be having a 180 degree phase shift. The output of the second stage is again 180 degree. First stage introduce 180 degree phase shift. Second stage introduce 180 degree phase shift. Total phase shift is 360. This output is given back to the input through the frequency selective network. I am showing you here frequency selective network, which consists of resistor R and capacitor C, which consists of a series and parallel combination of R and C as shown in figure. So output is given back to the input through series and parallel combination of the RC, and this is called feedback voltage. This is your input voltage. See, again I am saying the output of the second stage is given back to the input through the frequency selective network consisting of resistor R and C. See, when Xc reactance is equal to resistance of this bridge, then there is no phase shift between the VO and VF. They are in same phase. Someone may have question, due to this capacitance phase is introduced. But when X is equal to R, then only at this condition or at certain frequency, when X is equal to R, then there is a zero phase shift between VO and VF. As a result, you can see here the VF and VI in a same phase, so total phase shift is 0 degree. As a result, condition for the positive feedback is obtained. Let us see in detail about the frequency selective network. I am telling you some detail about why this is known as a frequency selective network. What are the reasons? Look here. Again I am drawing you this frequency selective network consisting of resistor R and C. R and C, yes. this is your output voltage you have given, and here it is called feedback voltage we have written. It is nothing but it is your Vi. This is C. Let me say R1 and C1 and R2 and C2. Remember, at low frequency, C1 capacitor C1 work as a open circuited, so output is 0. There is no output here. There is no output. At low frequency, this capacitor C1 works as a open circuited, so output of this bridge is what? 0. That is Vf is 0, means Vi is 0. This is I am talking ideally. Practically, if you do that practically, you will get some output, but not too much. So it can be considered as a 0. At high frequency, the shunt capacitance C2 work as a short circuited. It work as a short circuited. So output Vf, or you can say Vi is 0. In ideal condition, I am discussing for ideal condition. At high frequency, this capacitance behaves as a short circuited. So here output of this bridge that is going to the input, it is 0. At low frequency, this behaves, C1 behaves as a open circuited. High frequency C2 behaves as a short circuited. So between these two, there is some frequency F which gives the 0 phase shift. At that time your axis is called R, and at that the Vi is nothing but it is 1/3 of Vo. If I plot the graph of output voltage versus frequency, then I am getting such kind of the graph. At this frequency, say Fr, so this is, let me say F is equal to Fr, you are getting the maximum output, that is your, you can say Vi is nothing but 1/3 Vo. At that times your axis is equal to R, and phase at this frequency is 0. So this bridge will select the frequency Fr or frequency F, for which you will get the output, and there is a 0 phase shift between Vo and Vi. So in this sense it is called frequency selective network. It selects the frequency. So this is a one kind of resonance circuit, you can say. So if I want to plot the graph of phase difference versus, you can say, frequency, for Fr frequency I will get 0 phase, and for other frequency I am getting the phase. So this is the, you can say, this is phi 0 for Fr frequency, and you can see also at low frequency the output is very less. I told you here output is very less. For high frequency output is very less. Okay. So at particular frequency, when X is equal to R, at that time you are getting the output having a 0 phase. I think it is clear to all of you. Just I am repeating. In a Wien bridge oscillators, it consists of two-stage common emitter amplifier. Each stage, you can see here, it produces a 180-degree phase shift. So total phase is 360. The output of the second stage is given back to the input through the frequency selective network. Let me now say it is R1 and C1, frequency selective network. Now, for a particular frequency, the phase difference, for a particular frequency, the phase difference between this Vo and Vf is 0, and for that frequency, Vf is nothing but the 1/3 of this Vo, and For other frequency you will not get any voltage at the output of this bridge. Now, so this does not introduce any phase. So condition for the sustained oscillation is obtained. So positive feedback is required. So you can say both are in a input and feedback voltage both are in a same phase. So phase shift is 0. Phase shift is 0. So you can say positive feedback is obtained. Now let us derive the equation of gain, because the gain should be real and will accept the gain should be real for the sustained oscillation, and from that we will derive the equation of the frequency of oscillation. So gain, you know that output voltage upon input voltage. So gain, you know it is output voltage upon input voltage. So look here, say current I is flowing in this network. So this is your output voltage VO and this is your input voltage VI. So you can say VO is nothing but the current multiplied by output impedance. So I can write VO is nothing but the current multiplied by output impedance. So what is output impedance? You can say it is ZO. So this is your ZO here. ZO is nothing but the series combination of R1 plus XE1 and parallel combination of R2 plus XE2. It is clearly seen here. So you can say this is a series combination, this is a parallel combination. So this is your ZO. What is VI? VI is nothing but the, it is similar way you can say VI is nothing but the current multiplied by ZI. This is I have written, this is your ZI. So I can write it is current multiplied by parallel combination of this. Right? Now let us find the gain from these two equations and we'll get the frequency of oscillation. VO written I into ZO. ZO is nothing but the R1 plus XE1 plus R2 parallel XE2. VI is nothing but the I into ZI, and ZI we have written R2 parallel XE2. So gain is VO upon VI is equal to ZO by ZI. So let me find the value of ZI. I am finding the ZI is nothing but the 1 upon ZI is nothing but the 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon XE2. You know XE2 is nothing but the 1 upon J omega C2. So 1 upon ZI is nothing but I can write 1 upon R2 plus J omega C2. So I can write 1 upon ZI is nothing but the 1 plus J omega C2 R2 upon R2. So please remember your ZI you written is nothing but the R2 upon 1 plus J omega C2 R2. Now let us find your ZO. So ZO is nothing but the R1 plus what is XE1? XE1 is 1 upon J omega C1 plus what is R2 parallel mean? This is nothing but the ZI. This is your nothing but the ZI. So I can put this value is nothing but the R2 upon 1 plus you can say J omega C2 R2. So now I am having a value of ZO and ZI. So I can easily find the gain, the value of the gain. Let us find the value of the gain. Gain is equal to ZO by ZI means R1 plus 1 upon J omega C1 plus R2 upon 1 plus J omega C2 into R2. This is ZO upon ZI. ZI is what? R2 upon 1 plus J omega C2 R2. You can see, yes, I put the value of ZO, very simple, and ZI is here. I'll get this equation. Now AV is equal to R1 into bracket 1 plus j omega C2 R2 plus 1 upon j omega C1 into bracket 1 plus j omega C2 j omega C2 R2 plus you can write R2 upon R2. So this R1 multiplied by this 1 upon j omega C1 multiplied by this we have written, R2 upon this multiplied by this we have written. So it is what? This will be cancelled, you will get only R2. Now let us do the more calculation. This is your gain AV is equal to, I can write R1 by R2. You can do, is a very simple calculation, j omega C2 R1 by R2 plus 1 upon j omega C1 into R2. Here I did a mistake, there is no R2 here because it will be cancelled here. You can see here R1 by R2. R1 into this divided by R2, R2 will be cancelled, only this is left. 1 upon j omega C1 R2. Now plus C2 by C1 only left. You can do the calculation, plus 1. So I can write 1 plus C2 by C1 plus R1 by R2 plus J is common. So I can write omega C2 R2 R1 minus 1 upon omega C1 R2 is simple mathematics. So all of you are knowing. So 1 upon J is equal to minus J, you should understand. So you can do this. Now look here. So this is the equation of the gain. Now we know that loop gain should be real. The loop gain should be real, means gain, there should not be any imaginary part in an equation of gain. There should not be any phase shift. Means there should not be any complex part in an equation of gain. So in an equation of the gain, so there should not be any complex part. It means this imaginary part should be 0. So for gain to be real, this imaginary part in an equation of gain should be 0. Should be 0. So I can write omega square is equal to 1 upon C1 C2 R2 R1. If I am taking C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C and R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R, then this equation omega square is 1 upon R square C square, and easily you can find the frequency of oscillation. Omega, from this I can write omega is nothing but 1 upon RC. So I can write frequency is nothing but the 1 upon 2 pi RC. This is your frequency of oscillation for a Wien bridge oscillator. Remember this equation. Frequency of oscillator for a Wien bridge equation, for a Wien bridge oscillator. Now I have to find the important, how much minimum gain of the amplifier should be required. So remember, this is 0. This value is 0. So I am putting this value is 0 here in this equation, and see what the equation of gain you will get. So AV I can write 1 plus C2 by C1, 1 plus C2 by C1 plus R1 by R2 plus 0. This is you no 0. Now if C2 is equal to C1 and R1 is equal to R2, then you can write gain is nothing but the 1 plus 1 plus 1, it is 3. Most important, minimum gain of the Wien bridge oscillator should be 3 to get the sustained oscillation. To get the sustained oscillation in a Wien bridge, the condition for the gain of the amplifier should be at least 3 or more than 3. Now, you may have question, what is the advantage of this? See, advantage of this bridge is that here gain is 3 is required. Gain is how much required? Only 3. It means it gives a good stability. So your stability of the circuit is more compared to RC phasive oscillator. Second, you can easily vary the frequency. You can easily vary the frequency by changing the value of either C1 and C2 or R1 R2. C1 C2 by gain capacity you can easily vary the frequency. Smooth variation of the frequency will there, and you will get the variation. You can get the frequency up to 200 kilohertz, and this gives the very less distortion. Distortion is also very less compared to, you can say, RC phasive oscillator. Let us discuss the numerical number 1. See, this is the question about the RC phasive oscillator. Here it is mentioned a 3-section RC phasive oscillator as a R is equal to. So you first write the data. R is how much they have given? 10 kilo ohm. It is your nothing but 10 into 10 raised to 3 ohm. And C is equal to 0.001 microfarad. It nothing but the 0.001 into 10 raised to minus 6 farad. First question. Answer first. What the frequency of oscillation? You already are knowing the frequency of the RC phasive oscillator is given by 1 upon 2 pi root 6 RC 1 upon 2 into 3.4 root 6. It is better to remember 2.45, and R is nothing but 10 into 10 raised to 3. C is nothing but 0.001 into 10 raised to minus 6. Only you have to put the value. So if you calculate, you will get 6.5 kilohertz. This is what I did the calculation. So you can get 6.5 kilohertz. 6.5 kilohertz. Second questions I have to do. Second questions. Answer 2. If the oscillator is to be made variable using the same value of R, means you are keeping the R is same, what should be the tuning range of the capacitor to obtain the frequency of 1 to 100 kilohertz? Whenever they have mentioned is like this, 1 to 100 kilohertz means you want to vary the frequency from 1 kilohertz to 100 kilohertz. So you know the frequency F is equal to 1 upon 2 by root 6 RC. They are asking you, when F1 is equal to 1 kilohertz, R is equal to 10 kilo ohms, what is the value of C1? This is a question. When F2 is equal to 100 kilohertz, R is 10 kilo ohm, because same value of the R you want to give, what is the value of C2? This is a question they are asking you, such question. So let me write now. So I have to write here C1 is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root 6 R into F1. So I am putting this is 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into 2.45 into 10 into 10 raised to 3. Frequency is 1 kilohertz, means 10 raised to 3. This 1 kilohertz you can see here, it is your nothing but the 10 raised to 3. So if you do the calculation, of this, you will get nearly about is nothing but the 0.0065, it is microfarad. 0.0065 microfarad. This is you will get. You can do this calculation. It's not a big thing. Now, suppose now you are asking you tuning range, that this is your for F1 you find. Similarly, you have to find for the F2. So C2 is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root 6 r into f2. So I can write here is nothing but the your 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into 2.45 r is 10 into 10 raised to 3. Frequency is 100 kilohertz. 100 means 100 into 10 raised to 3. And if you do the calculation, I am sure you will get nearly about 65 picofarad. They are asking you tuning range. Range is always written from lower value to higher value. So my answer I have to write 65 Faraday to 0.0065 microfarad. So it's very easy. So you can find the tuning range for keeping a same value of, for different value of the frequency you have to find C1 and C2. This is one numerical based on RC phase shift oscillator. Now we'll do the one numerical based on Wien bridge oscillator. So I am doing the numerical based on the Wien bridge oscillator. Read the question now. If the practical lower limit on C is 47 pf, so C they have given 47 picofarad, means 47 into 10 raised to minus 12. What should be the fixed value of R to produce an upper frequency limit of 200 kilohertz? Means when you want to produce 200 kilohertz, what should be the value of R? You know the equation, F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi RC. From this, R is given by 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into 2 pi it is R is 2 pi fc. So R I can calculate 1 upon 2 into 3.14, frequency they have given 200 kilohertz and C is 47 pf. So if you calculate the R is nothing but the 16.9 kilo ohm. You will get 16.9 kilo ohm. This is A. They are asking you A and B both. So see the practical lower limit, they have given lower limit. Remember the word lower limit is given. The lower limit, the frequency is high according to this equation. So 47 pf. By R you have to calculate the R. So I am finding the R. Now second B. B. What should be the tuning range of C to provide a lower frequency limit of the 20 Hz? So if you want to keep the frequency, if you want to produce a 20 Hz, R is 69.9 kilo ohm. What is the value of the capacitance? This is your C1. Let me write C1. So this is your frequency F1 and this is F2. Does not matter. F2 you can write 1 upon 2 pi R into C2. So I can write C2 is equal to 1 upon 2 pi R into F2. So I will get C2 is nothing but the 1 upon 2 into 3.14, 16.9 into 10 raised to 3, and frequency is only 20 Hz you want to produce. If you want to produce a 20 Hz, and then if you do the calculation, I am sure you will get 0.47 into 10 raised to minus 6 Faraday. So 0.47 microfarad. This is the numerical based on Wien bridge oscillator. Here I am giving the end of the lecture. Next time we will discuss Hartley and Colpite oscillator. So two oscillators we have discussed in the last two lectures. Both are based on the RC oscillator. One we have discussed RC phase shift oscillator. Second we have discussed Wien bridge oscillator. Okay, thank you.